Alright, stream's up.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to, November 30th special edition of Featured Matchups. Today we have a grudge match from the Hex Tech Revolution, Zaun and Piltover.
Yep. Today is all about Pyrikos. Piltover found some. Zaun wants it, Piltover wants it, and they're all fighting for it. The end result's going to be a commerce stat boost to the winner.
So this should definitely be interesting. Seeing bans for Jace, Heimerdinger, Blitz, and Xerath coming out.
Yep, this is one of the few times in factions where you're going to actually see bans targeted towards champions that are playable. And a few times, I believe Piltover, each faction has 2 safeguards per game. Piltover decided to protect Jaina and Vi from being banned, while Zaun decided to protect Warwick and
Jinx.
Jinx, there we go. Warwick and Jinx.
Oh, that's just mean right there. Banning out Malzahar, who Orderly Anarchist is apparently pretty well known for playing him AD.
Yeah, he was a real nightmare for anyone trying to play against him during Hex Tech Revolution. His AD Malzahar was not to be trifled with. Which, you know, most people take Malzahar ADP, but he showed that AD Malzahar is just as strong, if not stronger.
Indeed. Of course, Warwick being picked up for Zaun makes sense.
Yep, definitely makes sense. Warwick is highly regarded as a pretty OP champion with the current patch. I happened to encounter one yesterday while playing, and the Warwick, he had the special jungle item that allowed you to smite champions, and it did and it caused you to do more damage over time on them.
The Skirmisher Saber.
I believe that was it, yeah. And he basically would just alt smite, and that was enough to 100-0 anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was
because apparently Warwick's ultimate counts as 5 basic attacks, and when you smite somebody with the Skirmisher Saber, your basic attacks deal true damage to them. So not only is he hitting you with the 5 very powerful hits, but he's also dealing a little true damage every time.
Yeah, it was really a nightmare to try to deal with because, you know, suppression, there's only one thing that can stop suppression, that's a Quicksilver Sash.
Indeed. Looks like a Vi coming out for Piltover as well as an Ori. That Ori is almost definitely mid because Piltover has Janna. Needs Ori support when you can have Janna support.
Exactly. Also, the Vi-Orianna combo is, you know, very good ball delivery system. Vi ults in on their backline, Ori puts her ball on Vi. Then as soon as she hits the backline, Ori pops the ultimate, and you just got the entire team pulled in.
Looks like Rextrev hovering a Corki. That's interesting. Deciding against the Caitlyn, perhaps. Or maybe putting Corki in a different lane. Rextrev also appears to have teleport up.
Yeah, he could just be switching so they can try to do a counter in the top lane. But at the same time, it is possible, yeah, Corki top is probably not the smartest idea in my opinion, but if Rextrev thinks he can pull it off, we'll see.
That's a lock-in for Corki. Zaun locked in Jinx and Victor, pretty standard. Jinx bot, Victor mid, both very strong in their respective lanes.
And hovering over Mundo for support, Orderly Anarchist, great player, but it's actually Nagarok who was famous for doing the Mundo support. We'll see if Orderly can live up to that high level of play that Nagarok always brought when he did it.
And Mimoplasm taking Ergo probably top.
that would make sense, because they had Jinx, and Urgot is widely regarded, especially in the Shadow Isles, as not a true ADC.
But you never know. You just never know.
You never do. Now, we're assuming Mundo's locked in, the only person left is Heavy Weapons Guy, and he is the one Diamond player in this match because we combined Diamond and Platinum skill tiers for future matches purposes. And so he is the highest ranked guy in the game, and so it gives Piltover a slight advantage, but at the same time, oh, wow, double ADC comp. Interesting.
Well, he could. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be Ezreal top, obviously.
Yeah, he's gonna be trying to kite people.
So that'll be an interesting match up top, both with Urgo as an anti-carry and Ezreal as an off-carry, I suppose you could call him.
Yeah, Ezreal has, when you compare their Qs, Urgots and Ezreal, that's both, both of them that they rely on that as their main form of damage. Ezreal has more range and travels faster, so it's going to be a lot easier for him to harass. But
I think it also doesn't it have a higher ratio on his AD? Isn't it like 1 to
yes,
1?
It is a high ratio. He has 1 to 1. Urgot is not 100% ratio.
Yeah, it's around 80 or 90%, I think.
Yeah.
Not quite there.
But yeah, so that Ezreal's going to have a much better time poking with the range, the speed of the animation, and the ratio. But Urgot's is a much slower cooldown. Plus, he can guarantee that lands if he puts his he lands his E.
The corrosive charge.
Yep, the corrosive charge.
Also, his passive, I think, is overlooked a little bit, probably because it doesn't seem too game-changing if you just look at it, but his basic attacks and his Q reduce the damage of anything it hits. Not by a lot, but that could be enough to make a difference.
Yeah, that's why he's considered an anti-carry, because if he lands it on the enemy ADC, that means the ADC, which is the biggest form of DPS on a team, is all of a sudden their damage just got cut by quite a bit, and so Urgot, that's why a lot of times people have him just to try to stop the enemy carries from pulling out all their damage. And since he is against the carry, like you were saying, carry versus anti-carry.
So it's basically going to be who can win lane for first or faster.
I think Urgot, he's actually pretty good. It's just he's a very high skill cap champion. You have to be very skilled in him. If you look at Shimopoka, I think I pronounced that right, he's on the Shadow Isles. When he gets on Urgot, he just kind of destroys everyone.
Exactly. His Urgot will pierce the heavens.
Yeah, so when he goes on Urgot, he's just amazing, and yeah, it's just a really high skill cap on Urgot to play him correctly. So, Neoplasm is a platinum, and Light Fixer is a gold, so it's not a huge skill difference, but slight edge to Urgot in that regard. Then, looking at some of the other lanes, Victor versus Orianna, just based off the Hextech Revolution and how well people played in there for Zaun, I'm going to have to give Victor the edge there, because
it's kind of interesting. I think that Purple is actually planning for that. He's taken Barrier instead of an Ignite, which is somewhat standard for mid lane. So I just find that interesting.
I think Purple always takes Barrier for some reason as mid lane.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
There are certain mid laners that take a defensive summoner spell instead of offense. A lot of times has to do with range. For example, like Lux and Ziggs. Them having Ignite, they have to get a lot closer than their abilities range would normally have to get them, so it's not worth going in close for the Ignite. And so they get Barrier or Heal as, extra defensive summoner spell so they can back up and keep people at their range.
I never thought about that. Just goes to show I might have been playing this game for several years, but I still don't know a thing.
Yeah. And then in the bot lane, while we're loading in real quick, I'm just going to say, if we can see Orderly pull off the Mundo support, I think Zaun will have the advantage there because it was just amazingly OP back when Nagarok did it. The question is, can Orderly keep up with Nagarok's skill level? That will be the trick.
That's the one big deposit of Pyrrhicos question, isn't it?
Yeah. And as far as the jungle goes, Warwick is the more OP champion, I have to say, but it's heavy weapons guy. I have to say, I think Vi is going to have a bigger impact because it's heavy weapons guy.
That's true. Although, I think if Warwick decides to counter jungle, I don't know how well that would go. But if Warwick can shut down the Vi, it'll be pretty telling of which way the match is going to go, because Warwick can gank every minute 10 seconds now with the changes to his ultimate's cooldown as soon as he hits 6. So that means he's going to have, as soon as he starts getting some CD, which I'm pretty sure he's going to. I mean, on standard build, you'd grab like a Spirit Visage. There's a lot of magic damage on on the Piltover side too, so.
Yeah, that might be why Piltover decided to grab Ezreal, because Corki, although in ADC, he does deal quite a big bit of magic damage. He has 80 scaling, but the abilities do magic damage, and so a lot of times you see him take Sorcerer Shoes for the magic pen. And that might be why they decided to grab Ezreal, because they realize, we have to have, a major form of AD if we want to stop them from just stacking magic resist.
Although, Vi 2 is going to keep them from doing that, because if Vi gets enough AD, she can still burst you down pretty quick.
Well, I think Vi is going to be forced to have to build pretty tanky. If you look at the rest of the Piltover, they have no tanks. And she's going to have to try to somehow make up for all the tankiness that Mundo and Warwick will be bringing. Alright, so Urgot goes out of the base very quickly. Oh, and we already have a pause. It does look as though Jinx and Corki.
Yeah.
Yeah, so evidently Jinx is having problems. Corki, I don't know if he's having problems or if he's just being slow on picking out his items. But so far, looking at the starting items, no surprises in the jungle. Everyone starts Huntress Machete and 2 pots. That's just how it works. In the mid lane, Orianna. Oh, we're resuming, but welcome to you. Orianna started off with her Doran's ring, just like Victor. But Victor, he gets that free Hex Core, which does give him a bit of AP. So,
but that's also going to be a pretty big gold drain on him. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying 3,000 gold is quite a lot of money.
Well, he doesn't get it all at once. He spreads it out, and there are a lot of items that are worth 3,000 gold or more that you would normally get. And this it actually gives a lot of AP when you build it up. It gives you AP per level.
Right.
And every upgrade, it gives you more AP per level, and it gives you more than it. I forget what it was. I think it was around 140-ish.
I think at nearing level 18, he gets 150 plus AP.
It's around 150, you say? So, it's up there. It's very high. It's and then. Yeah, so it gives him a bit of early game power advantage because he has just an extra item for free. And it's a late game power spike because it's an ability power per level. Oh, and Corki and Jaina have to run from this Zaun squad that was just sitting in the bot lane. Mundo flashes, throws a beaver, Corki flashes to get away. So even trading summer spells, but there goes blue buff for Piltover over to Zaun. Vaughn went with the start at the Krugs, which is more standard because when you smite the Krugs, you get a pretty significant buff. So yeah, it just helps with the clearing. And so she's probably gonna have to go red after that and then go blue, hoping she doesn't get intercepted by Zaun.
Oh, an aggressive play from Mundo up in the mid lane.
So yeah,
I think Ori is gonna get out. Yeah, with that shield, Ori's gonna get out alive.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice. They decide to mix up. They're not doing the standard 1-1-2 lanes at the start. They're sending Mundo into the mid lane to stop Ori. And Victor, he was looking like he wanted to try to catch the vibe stealing blue.
Ezreal looks like he's gonna take it out. Oh, a flash to take down the Urgo.
That is not great to start for Urgot. I mean, obviously when you give up first blood, that usually means the rest of the lane is going to get gradually worse and worse for you. And Urgot was their highest tier player, their platinum. And so when your highest tier is losing to a lower tier, even though it's only by one skill tier, anytime your highest tier is losing, that is not a good sign for your team.
Never.
But Zaun, they did have some great moves at the start. They got both blue buffs, so they got a total of 3 buffs. They put a lot of pressure on Orion mid. And yeah, so they lost first blood, but they did get a lot of other stuff early on. We'll see how they can take use of those advantages.
Corki takes it pretty low in the bot lane.
Yeah, they're doing this really good poke lane between Mundo, just throwing his cleavers, and then Jinx has her, switcheroo. She can go to her rockets with more range and more damage. Although, I will mention that Mundo here, he went with the flash exhaust. Nagrok, he went heal exhaust. Flash obviously is there for escapes and whatnot, but he doesn't have... Oh, we got Vi coming. Yeah, so the bonus from the Raptor spots out the ward, she just kills it and backs off. She's gonna kill the Skull Crab, which, you don't have to worry about dragging usually this early, but it is basically a free ward for your bot lane, so always helpful.
That'll pretty much, unless he goes around through the enemy jungle, Warwick's pretty much going to get spotted out if he goes to gank bot.
He could try to go through his own jungle through the tri-bush. It depends if Piltover decides to start warding the river. But at the same time, Warwick's not really going to gank until he hits 6, so they're not worried at the moment. In the top lane, despite losing first blood, Urgot is keeping up NCS and has pushed Ezreal under his tower.
Get first blood, you still can't win.
Urgot is taking good use of his EQ combo. Vi looking gank, throws down pink ward. Alright, she's moving in. Got her Q charging up. Oh, she misses! Oh no! That's not something your Diamond player should be doing. The Diamond player needs to land that Vault Breaker every time.
Ergo mobility OP.
Yeah, that's what Urgot's known for, his mobility.
Indeed. Just slippery.
In the bottom lane, Jinx, despite starting off in the 1v2 because they sent Mundo mid, is actually much higher in CS, about 15-ish CS ahead.
Plus, if you think about it,
Lava Wraps come down, forcing the exhaust and the heal. Yeah,
that was an excellent push. But Vi ganking the mid lane, Victor's gonna walk out of that. But what happened bot lane? That was an excellent an opportunity seized by Mundo and Jinx, forcing Corki to back.
It accomplished a lot, and they didn't burn anything for it. They burnt the exhaust, the heal, and Corki to back. And, she was just using her abilities to harass. It wasn't an ultimate, it wasn't a summoner spell.
It was just rockets and minigun.
Yeah, and then, let's see, Vi is a little behind Warwick in experience, although in CS they're about the same.
Because Vi has ganked twice already. That takes a little time off clears.
And she lost her blue to Warwick, so...
That's true, too.
Let's see, now how close is Warwick to his next level? Very close, and he'll be able to start ganking very soon. They're already, Zaun is ready to just deny Piltover their blue buff, it seems. They just want to stop them.
Forces John to flash over the wall.
Corky is nowhere nearby. Piltover, I don't think he's going to be able to contest this. I mean, Vi just has to get out of there.
Mundo keeping Vi and Oriana away on the other side of the buff. But he's getting taken down pretty low. Oh, that was an excellent play by Victor, saving the Mundo.
Urgot teleports, but he shows up too late for anything to happen. And also his team didn't really need it. So now, Ezreal's going to try to take out this tower, at least put as much damage as possible. But Zaun is going to rotate for Dragon.
So, turn for Dragon. How does that work in the new meta? Is that an equal exchange still? Or is it meta for Dragon?
Because this is just the first stack of Dragon. Dragon stacks, and each stack gives you better and better buffs. This first stack isn't worth a tower, but Ezreal just doesn't have the wave clear to keep his minions under tower. And so Oh, he's not even going to try a second time. Oh, really? I don't know. He might get this. I don't think he will. If he got it, it would be Piltover's advantage because the Dragon first stack is not worth a tower.
Well, I think he might be able to take it down in this push.
Will he? Oh, yeah, he did. He got very low. Now he has to back.
And that, because Urgot could have stopped that if he hadn't teleported into the fight in the jungle.
And so misplay by Zaun creates
the rocket hits Ori.
Yeah, I was trying to go for Ezreal because he's low and backing. They know he's going to be under his own tower. Aimed there. But Oriana was just walking through the mid lane. He's like, oh, I just taped it for you.
Yes!
Oh, Vi shows up.
Get across the map rocket. But,
Vi on Urgot. She ults him. He's low. She had to back off the acid. The corrosive charge landed on her.
Victor coming top to help.
Victor's there. She would have tried to re-engage if Victor hadn't showed, because she had back off with the corrosive charge and Urgot flashed away. He could harass her. She tried to gap close, so she tried to back off, wait for a vault breaker. But then Victor showed, and they just all have to back now.
During the scuffle, Oriana went and boarded Zaun's blue. Could be a counter steal coming up in the near future.
So she needs to back off. Victor and Warwick are there. Warwick's going to suppress her. Victor's going to be able to put down his gravity well.
Oh! Combo. Goodbye, Ori.
Yeah, that is one dead Oriana. She needs to pay attention. Okay, Warwick and... She should have gone Warwick and Victor were top, and all of a sudden they're not. They're probably hanging Nick because I'm at tower, so backed.
Unfortunately, though, she went too deep, and she paid for it.
Alright, so right now, Piltover's oh, there goes another tower, but this time it's for Zaun. Tying up the gold. Yeah, so that ties up the gold. That's, I'm gonna say that Piltover, the gold lead, they're actually keeping up the gold better than they should, because towers are even, they're behind in kills, and they're behind in dragon. So they should be a little behind, but they kept it even.
Ezreal's up in CS over the Urgot. I don't know if it's enough CS, because... but I think in combination, the leading players might have a CS lead, which is giving them the minor gold advantage.
Yeah, let's look across lanes. Ezreal is up in CS by about 17. Vi is up by about 13 CS. Oriana up about 8. And then bot lane is the only one with a CS lead for Zaun. So yeah, that's how Piltover staying even gold is their CS.
Interestingly enough, both the Zaunian carry and support are up in CS.
That is because Mundo has his relic shield. I believe though it's the Targon is embracing now, but it's the same thing really.
Yeah. You just get one more of it, that's all.
Yeah.
Warwick hanging around.
Dragon up in 2 minutes. I think Zaun should try to focus that again because, each stack is worth more than the last, and so if they can maintain Dragonfall, consistently get it, and if they manage to get the 5 stacks of Dragon, that is even stronger than a Baron buff. And
They should all of the other bonuses for how long? A minute and a half? But in the middle of the fight breaks out over Ori. Mundo has to flash away, Victor got behind the tower. That was unfortunate. It looked good, but then Vi came out of the woods and beat the crap out of Victor.
Yeah, while that was happening in the top lane, Warwick found Ezreal, ulted him, and chasing. Ezreal was doing his Q while running back, and Urgot is teleporting.
This one might make the difference.
Ezreal ult coming in, it's gonna miss. Urgot ult to make sure Corky can't escape.
That is bad. That is 2 kills for the Urgo. That is never good.
Yeah, that...
And it was assist for pretty much everyone else.
And that sets up a very easy dragon for Zaun. I mean, unless Orion goes amazing.
But,
I don't
looks
know.
like she'll back off.
I was just thinking,
Zaun was grouped. Oh, never mind. Well, I was gonna say Zaun was grouped and had 3 low members. If she could get her ball in there and ult, she might be able to finish those 3 members off. But I just looked, her ultimate is actually on cooldown, so.
Victor grabbing a Rabadon death cap, or finishing it up. That's, well, it's not a lot now, but as soon as he gets, higher in level, starts buying his other AP items and his Hex Core, he's gonna start hurting bad.
In the Dragon Pit, though, Zaun had people around a position to take it, and then they decided we're all low as back, and now they're just having Warwick solo it, and he is he's sustained through it very well.
Well, with his Q, and then he uses his W to get his attack speed up so that he heals faster from his passive.
If that's what Warwick does, he just sustains through everything.
Best duelist NA.
Actually, the best duelist, I believe, is still considered Jax, because Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Because, if you compare Jax to Warwick... Oh! Ult from Jinx! Finishes off the Corky!
Excellent close range missile from Jinx.
The Vi's still nearby, but it's a 4v2. There's a dead woman.
And still manages to get out alive with the destruction of the turret. Vi were forced to retreat for now.
Yeah, this is starting to go in Zaun's favor by far. They got the relief, they're gonna roll with it. They did it all the time with Hex.
I wasn't around for Hex Tech Revolution, but I bet that some of the veteran members are starting to have flashbacks. If the stories I've heard are true.
Zaun was just incredibly dominant all Hex Tech. They were...
The shield from Ori, but fortunately her shielding team members are there, so it's pretty safe.
But now Ezreal is gonna get 4-man tower dive, it looks like. He needs to get out there now. But he doesn't have a ward down, and he's just assuming people aren't there. Oh, he got hit by the slow from Jinx. That's going to make it possible for him to escape, especially with Mundo right there. Victor ult, but it's too slow. Oh, now there it goes. First hit, Victor.
A pause.
Okay, we have a pause.
But that power is gone as soon as it unpauses. That was an excellent collapse from Zaun right there. Poor Ezreal did not even know what hit him.
Yeah, it was. That, just going off some stuff on the Victor ult, the farther away the ult is from Victor, the slower it moves. And so at first Ezreal's just outrunning it, but then, Mundo Cleavers, you can't get away from him.
No.
And let the ult from Victor catch up. Finished him off. And yeah, this 4,000 gold lead going to increase with this tower being taken.
So, all in all, it looks like got off to a little rocky start with Urgo getting taken down early for the first blood, but otherwise, Zaun has made this a pretty resounding success thus far.
Yeah, the only kill on Piltover is that first blood. It's like, okay, Piltover got one small thing in their favor, but we're not going to give them any more. That's basically what Zaun has done.
Because it's about to be 3 towers for Zaun, 2 dragons, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Indeed. Yeah, just gonna go over some of the items while, we're just sitting here. Looking at Corki, I am rather surprised by Corki's choice. He went with a Last Whisper as his first item. And, well, Corki, early on, he doesn't really need a ton of armor pen, especially considering no one has built any armor on Zaun yet. And, percent armor pen against enemies that haven't built any armor isn't great.
Yeah.
Plus,
you have some flat pen to help it out with. Because
that's what
right. Smaller numbers have smaller percentages.
Yeah, that's why, Brutalize with the flat pen is a great item early on. But he went for Last Whisper, which is all percent. And then, he does a lot of magic damage, so, a lot of his spells aren't dying from it. And, Vi going in, they want to do the whoa! Man, that is one Vi goes in her, she goes down for it. Maybe Corki can pull something off? No, he can't. He has to back out. Force the flash off him. Ezreal almost takes out Victor, but just barely not enough.
So, a 2-for-1 in the favor of Zaun. So, maybe not the engage they would have wanted, but they won it nonetheless. Meanwhile, Warwick seems to be split pushing?
I mean, at this point, Zaun can kind of go with any strategy they want, and it'll probably work for them.
Victor picking up his first Hex Core upgrade. I'm kind of curious to see what he pulls, what he upgraded.
Well, let's see. Let me find Victor and I'll take a look.
He upgraded Death Rays, which makes sense.
That is the pretty standard,
Getting back to the old days, you can only get one upgrade, everyone still starts Death Ray.
Yeah. It was, Death Ray is the only one that actually gives more damage. His Q gives him a speed boost, which, is nice. But
his W turns his Gravity Well upgrade turns his W into an Ori ult, and then when he gets all 4, his Chaos thing goes faster.
Yeah. Obviously the Chaos thing I have to say is the best because that thing is slow and needs to keep up with people, but you're not allowed to upgrade it until you've upgraded every other ability first. That's why people don't just
3,000 gold spread across the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of gold, looking at the totals here, pretty much everybody on Zaun is outstripping their Piltover counterparts. Although that was an unfortunate gank from Vi taking out Urgo again.
But with that gank, Zaun out-rotated them. They saw they have a lot of people in the top lane. They just sent their whole team volleying, and Corki and Zaun can't stop the push. They're going to get a hitter off this.
Going to whip like the wind.
That was just a great rotation by Zaun. I mean,
The first non-ergo death from Zaun. Warwick played out by the support.
Vi gets the kill, but she's going down. Yeah, that was, I have to say, that was a very, very good rotation by Zaun. It was like, okay, they sent three. Not just that, they, like how they did, they saw, okay, they have 3 people in the top lane. We're just going to send all 5 of our guys bot. And look at it, they got 2 towers and an inhibitor.
Yeah, this could, Doom. Let's go with Doom. That's the word. Doom for Piltover if they aren't able to respond in kind in some way.
Yeah, so Dragon is going to spawn in 20 seconds. Jinx is looking to ward that. Baron just spawned a few seconds ago. He now spawns at the 20-minute mark, and for anyone who didn't know about that change. And so Zaun has, you know, no loss, no deficit in objectives that they can take. If there's anything they can go for.
Yeah. Just Zaun is just winning.
Yeah. They got going through the enemy jungle. Looking to cut off Ori. Oh,
the hyper-kinetic positioning for there. And Orianna is gone.
Yeah, that is got all for you. Sure, put him under tower, so he took some damage, but he didn't care. He knew he'd survive it. Orianna, the heck, could not survive all of Zaun's damage. Oh, here's the game low. Vital, he goes down.
He goes down, but Vi gets taken out.
Meanwhile, Warwick once again just solo dragon.
That's one of the things that's great about Warwick Temple. You could just have him go and do things.
Yeah, like any of the you know sustained jungles like Warwick, Fiddlesticks, and Aatrox, all of them really can kind of solo these dragons and stuff. And if they're really doing well, possibly Baron later in the game.
But I don't think
Ezreal
we're
wants to
quite
take
there yet.
this Jinx, but his ult is down.
Oh, flat tower. He hops over the chompers, but still wasn't able to secure it.
His ult was down. If he had his ult, he probably could have finished one of them off. But cooldowns. Now Vi is being forced to just wave clear the bot lane. Superman's pushing up it. Which means, Zaun, anytime they do something, they know they have one person stuck in bot lane, and they can have a 4v5.
Later, the Ruin King coming out for Aurora. That'll help him shred down Vi if he gets any tankier, and if she gets any tankier. But
yeah, it's a great item on work. Just attack speed in general is great. It gives him life steal, gives him damage. Basically everything Warwick wants.
Plus, I think wouldn't the 10% health damage be done during his ult too?
Yeah, and the active is great for just chasing and escaping. Yeah. Let's see. Looking at the supports, because a lot of times supports have very similar builds, and they often have similar gold, even because they get the least gold, and so snowballing has less effect on them just because they get the least gold. So
Mundo is pretty much 1,000 gold up.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And that is led to a no magic mantle and a ruby crystal in his advantage, which aren't huge. I mean, but that is about what 1,000 gold will give you.
Yep.
And I'm going to guess that he's going to turn that into a Spectral's Cowl. And
That's definitely going to be a Spectre's Cowl, and I'm pretty sure he'll turn it into Spirit Visage. Because that
Nico
just
loves
builds.
Visage. Now, Warwick here, let me see, he has 18 stacks on his Devour enhancement of his jungle item. And if anyone doesn't know, Devour is kind of like the Feral Flare of the new season.
Oh, it looks like Zaun is going for Baron. Starting to block
Yeah, that Warwick is basically tanking it. Mundo
It
is there
looks
with him.
like they're gonna try to stop this, but nope. Goes to Jinx.
Yeah, they just didn't have the people there to try and contest it.
Just with the Zaun is pretty much snowball. But with the, I just noticed this about the Warwick. He didn't take a skirmisher's blade or a skirmisher's saber or a stalker's blade. He took the
Trailblazer.
the trailblazer, which just helps you clear faster. Which makes me wonder: was he afraid that he wouldn't be able to clear fast enough, or did he just want to slow down on smite?
I think what it was really, it's like, yeah, you know, there are, you know, some, items that let you smite and do more damage to champions, but he just wants to get level 6 faster, I think, and start ganking sooner. From Ori, not enough to save her or the tower.
Urgo getting chased down at top, though. I don't think he's gonna be able to get away.
Once again, Zaun is out rotating Piltover. They
And Urgo's best, however.
So yeah, Urgot stops the most deaths, but at the same time he's just like this distraction for Piltover to chase while Zaun kills Piltover's base. That's like really what they're doing. They have Urgot get caught off position, they send 3 people up to fight him, and then Zaun sends the rest of their team to just go and kill the inhibitors.
So, if I were using this strategy, I would now send Urgo bot and the rest of the team top to crack open the 3rd lane. But that's just me. I like to knock down every inhibitor.
Well, I'm just thinking here, like, if they really want to take out the top towers, I mean, they have Supermans already pushing those waves. They can just send all 5 people up there to kill it. They don't need to have the Urgot anymore.
That was not a smart move from Vi while breaking over the wall right into what she thought was just Victor.
Turns out Jinx is
Victor
there.
and Jinx.
That's the problem, you know. Vi gets, you know, a little. She doesn't think quite straight when Jinx is involved. That's just how she works.
You know? She thought, you know, I'll take down this metal guy, and then all of a sudden the friggin' destroyer appears.
Yeah, both.
And an
you know,
extra
Vi and
gold for
Kate.
Jinx.
Anytime Vi and Kate get around Jinx, they found, you know, start focusing on the wrong things. They just want to capture Jinx. Quick tower to that. So yeah, they don't need to do the Urgot distraction where with 2 hitters down, they can
Exactly.
tilt over 0.5%, someone mid, someone bot. And so, you know, oh wow, there goes Corky. Yeah.
Strong, man.
At this point, I think Zaun can just buy some items, cash in, you know, on this gold lead.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
they can get Dragon easily.
Perfect.
Dragon's coming up shortly. It's going to be easy for them to grab. And after that, I would just push for win. I mean, I don't think Piltover is going to be able to fight them and stop them.
You know that you're in the deep end when you have to use your ult to wave clear.
Oh yeah, that is very scary situation.
So, unfortunately, Zaun holed up in their base, trying to clear all of the super minions that have come flooding in.
Piltover, you mean?
Piltover, yep.
Yep, Dragon up. They're going to get 4 stacks. Not quite the same level as 5, but at the same time, it's still a pretty big power boost.
That's all that you can get with it until you double.
Yep.
And that's going to make their pushes even more terrifying, because now they do the extra damage to the tower.
And once again, they have the Urgot distraction in the top lane. They have 3 people fighting him. Zaun is going in the bot lane. Although I do question Warwick, who decided instead of going with his team to end the game, got red buff in his own jungle.
Yep.
Now he's going for more jungle camps. He doesn't want to end the game.
You know Warwick, he has to go kill those neutral camps.
Yeah.
That's his job.
He's like, no, I'm just gonna clear my jungle.
We're good. Looks like Zaun is rotating top, probably looking to take down that last turret, which, if they get a good wave, they will be able to do pretty easily with that dragon buff.
It's such a... They just have such a big lead. There is no wrong choice for them, really. And there's no right choice for Piltover.
Well, there's always a wrong choice. Zaun could sit in their base for 5 to 10 minutes.
That's not a choice, that's just trying to lose.
Exactly. But it's still a poor decision. So Jinx gets taken down, but on the other hand, pretty much Piltover gets...
So 2 for 3 so far. Urgot looking to die. There he is. Now Mundo's going down.
That's everyone but Warwick who is forced to back off with low health.
Maybe... Oh no, Corky
in for
choice. And so evidently there is a poor choice for Zaun.
That engaged. Yes, there is a poor choice.
It was kind of like someone engaged, then back off, and then another couple people engaged, and so it wasn't very...
we were both wrong about the health crystal and null magic mantle that Mudo had earlier. He do a locket of the Iron Solari.
Oh, yep, that, guess you just like, Piltover's doing all this magic damage, might as well.
Might as well get
yeah, that. So yeah, we were both wrong, but it's a pretty smart choice anyway, so. Baron up in 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, and Piltover is just in no position to contest this.
Oh, of course not. Although, they did get their inhibitors back, so that is good news for Piltover. They don't have to sit in their base, but they do have to worry about backdoor, because there's no tower guarding it. It's so easy for Zaun's backdoor. Oh, Corky's so low!
Of course, you're getting exploded.
Yeah, poor Corky. Just the old guy.
That's what happens when you fly a plane through rocket launchers.
It's a helicopter.
Whatever, doesn't matter. It's still the same result.
Yeah, same result. Warwick, they want Warwick to just solo this thing. Please not sustain it as well as he did with Dragon.
Well, that's because Barry doesn't want more damage.
Yeah, Warwick almost dies, and now the rest is on. It's like, okay, you got your chance to solo it, get out.
But see, he's still important because he has the smite.
Yep. See now, with Baron, it gives you some magic AP and AD boost. It gives you a boost there, but
it's like a banner of command. Any minion you're near gets the strength. It's extra strength.
That's a very big boost.
Yeah, and the banner of command. I really like it. It's pretty funny to watch. Sometimes people try to kill that. And promoted minion that you use your banner command on.
Right.
Like Shao-Ao's game a week or two ago. I think it was Bilgewater. I think it was Bilgewater, probably. Might have been a different faction. But one of the players got a banner of commands and promoted minion. And if you don't know, banner of command now makes the minion promoted immune to magic damage. And so it was in the middle lane. Karthus was trying to kill this promoted minion with his Qs and just doing no damage. It was just funny watching.
Corky gets thrown out because Virgil just grabs you and swap you and grabs you.
He goes down. Esmond's getting Urgot low, but now the rest of Zaun is there.
4 for 0. No, still 3 for 0. Now it's 4 for 0.
And this is going to be game. Janet can't take on all of Zaun by herself. She's from Zaun. Game 1 goes to the Zaun team.
And I guess it really was just a gentle breeze.
Yeah,
that puts Zaun one step closer to getting that Pure Coast deposit.
Yeah. So yeah, Zaun is not going to be shut out no matter what happens after this. And they really got the momentum in their favor right now.
Did.
Yep.
That was
Alright,
just...
you
That
want
went
to do your
exactly as I
MVP?
suspected.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went every time that matchup was played in Hex Tech.
Yep. So,
Alright, so you want...
MVPs?
Yep, that's what I was going to say. You want to start it off, the Master?
Sure. They all did, like, Zaun just did incredibly well this game. Like, you just look at these scores, and everybody did their job, even Ergo, who died a lot, but he was supposed to because they decided to use him as a little, a red cape for Piltover to charge at. But, I think... I can't give it to one player because Zaun did too well. Zaun did just... Everything was better than Piltover. So I give MVP to everybody on Zaun. But for Piltover, I think I'm going to give it to... I think I give it to probably Ez, just because he was the guy who was trying to make the difference. He had the best score. But in the end, Zaun was just too snowbally, steamrolly for him to take out.
Yeah. For Piltover, my MVP is definitely Ezreal. Yeah, he was just the only one who seemed to not fall apart to the Zaun team. So good job, Ezreal. As for the Zaun MVP, it is a difficult choice, but I'm going to say... okay, I'll give it to... okay, I'll just give it to Urgot because I don't know if he was doing it intentionally or if it was just his team making use of his mistake. Either way, he was a great distraction, kept getting Piltover to chase him in the top lane while they would go destroy the Piltover base. So
yeah, that was great.
Urgot, in my book, it's MVP for being the best distraction.
Indeed. Best distraction, NA. Alright. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great casting with you. Thanks for casting. Thank you, Porkchop, for streaming. And yeah, we should get the second game started.
Alright. Y'all have a good one.